Hello everybody, my name is Matt and welcome back to Glitchhikers, The Spaces Between. I have thoroughly enjoyed this game and I hope you have too. Today we should be going on, or we're going to be going on the path, and I believe that is the last option we have, like I said in the last episode, unless something comes up like afterwards, but we're just going to have to see about that. The only thing is, can we see if Busker has anything else to say? Hey, I was just reading about the latest protests. The cops used less than lethal sonic weapons to disperse the crowds. LRADs, long-range acoustic devices. Not all LRADs are bad. Many are used for noble scientific purposes, but some are used by cops. Authoritarians using sound as a weapon to suppress the people really bugs me. LRADs can destroy people's hearing. They cause migraines as part of them working as intended. It's awful. But they're often marketed and presented to law enforcement as being completely safe. If you ever find yourself under assault by one of those sound cannons or audio lasers or whatever, one of the best things you can do is with a glossy poster board. Yep. One of the best things you can do is with a glossy poster board. Yep, the kind you take to a protest. Don't ask how I found out. Anyway, hold it out flat in front of your face at arm's length. Glossy side towards you. Weird, but it works. The non-glossy side reflects a good chunk of the sound back at them. Obviously, you want to get out of there as quickly as possible, though. Interesting info. You know, actually, as I... Wait, let me see if he has... Oh, okay. Well, let me get through this conversation again. I like double-checking to make sure I'm not missing any dialogue. Okay, so... I actually, when I was going to launch this game, saw that there was an update to the game. So I'm kind of wondering if they might be updating the game, or if whether or not they have an effort going on at the development studio to keep the game kind of up to date with current topics, because a lot of this stuff would be really cool to revisit just regardless of whether or not they were updating it or not, especially the infinite drive on the highway. So I wonder if they're updating it with current events, or if they have a plan to do that or not. Oh, there's the back of the train. I didn't notice that before. And we start our journey on the path. Ooh. 8-track. We got a playlist. Dang.
Hello. Welcome to SAMHSA, a meditation on wonder. What happens when you point a telescope at the spaces between the stars? If it's an optical telescope searching for visible light, then you will see nothing. Darkness. But if you use a radio telescope and aim it past the moon and the stars and the galaxies, right into that darkness, then you find the beginnings of the universe itself. Light from the cosmic aftermath of the Big Bang. That light's not visible. Not anymore. 13.7 billion years have stretched out those waves from white light to microwaves. Faint, faded, but still there. Still finding us after traveling since the beginning of time. A memento from the universe's childhood, given to all children who gaze beyond the stars.
Well, that's beautiful. Why was it so quiet? I would have liked a bit of a louder experience. So where am I on this map? Oh, no, not the backspace. How do I get out of here? Oh, left click. Okay. My bad. Sorry. Oh, man. This is going to be another one of those, I can tell. Okay, we got words. It's going to be another one I can tell that I'm going to be, excited to revisit in the future. So I don't think I can, pick which way I go. I think I'm just on, one straight path. Hold on. Hold that thought, Devin. Do we have... Okay, I like the meditation ones. I don't know if I'm going to play the music ones. It's like to just kind of keep the chill, you know what I mean? Reflect on our own thoughts and our quiet. Unless, of course, we come across an old friend. Oh, hey there. It's a lonely night out here. I wasn't expecting to summon up another face. This park is a little refuge of nature, nestled among the noise of the world. I love nature. I love getting away from the structures of humanity to the wildness of nature. away from the chaos of people to the order of the cycles of life. So I thought I'd paint it in all its structured, chaotic wonder. Well, it is a lovely park. I've been walking in it all of 5 seconds, but I can tell it's lovely. Full of little secrets, little wonders. Stay as long as you want. Art is a reflection of the world you live in, natural or cultural or constructed. I like coming out to see the world, to see how I might see it through the lens of art. All art, good or bad, tells a story, tells many stories. What story it tells depends on what you bring to it. Your own experiences, your own opinions, your own lens. What brings you out here tonight? I was hoping to think a little bit, get a little bit of reflection going. Nothing like a walk in nature to let the mind wander. Well, I suppose a few other liminalities are good too, but we're here. Now. I used to come to this park as a child, hide among the trees of the enchanted forest or chase light motes in the grotto, stare down at the highway from the overpass, give lives and stories to every car passing underneath. I used to come here to imagine what the world was like, how it worked, the echoes of the Big Bang, the trees sending out their little clones, the heart of the world beating far beneath us. I used to come here before it was real, before I painted it into existence. A happy accident. So your art made it real? I think she's being metaphorical, but we'll ask anyway. Is art not already real? There are so many different kinds of art. Sometimes things we find easy to dismiss. Some people decry performance art or modern art. My kid could do that. Of course, I was never a child, so how would I know? The important part is to let yourself be open to it. Maybe it's not for you, and that's okay. But maybe you haven't given it a fair chance, or just haven't found the right piece. Well, I like all these. It depends what kind of modern art. If you want to classify architecture as a modern art, I really like modern architecture. I like that futuristic looking stuff. Some people can't stand it, but I really like it. But I don't know. I mean, I like all kinds of art. None of this stuff really. I don't want to nail it down to just one, but I'm not a huge art fan. I've only been to one art museum in my life, and that was someplace in France. It was not the Louvre. The Louvre was closed when I went there. It was some other place. I think it was actually a modern art gallery, if I remember correctly. The whole thing was supposed to be modern art, but hey, I like modern art. Sure, why not? The spirit of experimentation expressed through elementary and rational forms. Why must a painting depict something as it's seen when it can represent something we can't see without art to help us understand? And art can affect you in unexpected ways. Art making can affect the artist in unexpected ways too. Mariana Abramovich set up in a gallery to sit across from visitors and engage in silent conversation, exploring emotion and endurance and wordless communication. Until one of the builders... Sorry, tripping over my words a bit today. I also might sound a little bit stuffy. It's because I'm still working through that cold that I was working through on Tuesday. It's a lot better now. I can actually breathe, but I still feel a little bit congested, so I apologize for that. Until one of the visitors was Ule, an artist and her ex-lover, who she hadn't seen in over 20 years. In that silent moment, the piece shifted, changed, took on new meaning, for them and for the audience. That exhibit, The Artist is Present, is a video game now, too. Ironies fully intended. There, it's a meditation on waiting in line, and the barriers to witnessing art at all. A huge transformation. Really, I'm going to write that down. We might be playing that in the future. It was also meant to give access to people who live far away, and to preserve the experience. Of course, part of performance art is impermanence, and in an ironic twist of fate, the video game too is now lost with the depreciation of Flash. Well, shit, I guess we're not fucking playing it then. Unless we can find a copy on Steam. That's interesting. I didn't see when this game was released, or I don't remember, but Flash was depreciated at the end of last year, right? If I remember correctly. Was it last year or was it 2020? I don't remember. The whole past few years just kind of feels weird, doesn't it? Can't imagine why. But, I'm going to still see if I can find a copy of that somewhere. That might be fun to play. Feel any different about art now? I'd say art can be both provoking and wonderful. I wouldn't say art is pretentious. I think, it certainly can be, but in general, I would say it's one of these two. I'd say art is wonderful. Wonder. What a wonderful word. Heart open to the universe, awesomeness, and its truest meaning. Part of understanding the world is sharing unknowns and ideas and questions with others to reflect on understanding together. All art is reaching for something, and it is in the eye of each beholder that success is determined. Art can find its way into your life in unexpected ways. The important thing is to be open to it. Let it make you think. Let it make you feel. Maybe you won't get anything out of it. That's okay too. But maybe you will. Have a lovely walk. It's a beautiful night. It is a beautiful night. The park has 3 exits whenever you're ready. Really? Oh, so I do get to pick my path. Cool, man. Oh, look, there's a train. Oh, and there's someone down there. Oh, that's awesome. One of the things can I sit on the bench? Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's so awesome. And you know what's cool about a game like this is you could mute the music and pause the music or whatever, and then have your own playlist in the background, which I guess you could do with any game. But I just imagine exploring this, some lo-fi. Oh man, that would be good. That would be really good. Or, maybe a little help from the green. Whatever you want, man. Whatever you like. I'm not here to judge, bro. Do you know that Georgia actually, in an opinion vote, 80% of people were in favor of legalizing marijuana for adult use, 21 and up? Just an interesting tidbit there. Anywho, I couldn't really tell where I was at on the park map, and it doesn't seem to be any way to go back. Let's go down here. This looks like it's going to be leading deeper into the park. E is auto. Oh, that's cool. You just auto walk. Oh, man. Oh, you do have to be facing forward to walk. Okay. Oh, bro. That's so nice. And what I was saying about the train a second ago, there's just something about, seeing the world go on, or things that you've done go on without you directly being there, Let me shut my curtain real quick. It's quite bright outside. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. My camera's not getting as much light, so it's a little bit, having a little bit more problems keeping up with me, but that's okay. My face is the least of the concern right now. But yeah, I just there's something about seeing things that, you're a part of, or that you've done, but they just kind of go on without you there. I don't know how to really explain it, but there's something comforting about it, and that's something I find really cool. Oh man. Oh, that's right. I switched to the meditation, didn't I? Do I have to pull this out?
Can you feel light on your skin?
Ooh.
The tingle of trillions of massless particles bouncing off of you? Do you detect the warmth of their energy being absorbed and transferred? When light hits a surface, some of that light bounces off into our eyes, allowing us to see the surface, its shape, its color, its polygons. But some is absorbed, its energy converted into heat. All the energy that sustains our world comes from the sun. Daylight, moonlight, the gravity that formed and still guides our planet, the fuel for the plants and creatures around you, the light coming out of your screen into your eyes. Light warms.
Whoa.
We know this. We feel it. never more immediately than when it is gone. In an eclipse, when the moon wants the spotlight for a bit and blocks the light of the sun, it gets cold in that darkness. Even if it only blocks a little, the temperature change on the Earth is noticeable, up to 15 degrees centigrade. Light is energy. Energy is light. You produce light too. The heat you generate deep inside, radiating outwards in the infrared. You yourself are a light in the darkness.
Oh, he's so sweet. Pause. Sorry. Well, I would let the music play, except the words distract me while I'm trying to do other things. So I see this park map. This is awesome, by the way. Fucking, I didn't even, there's a cave? This is a sick park. Does it start where I am? I don't know. Because I don't, nah, it can't be. It wouldn't be out there. I have no clue what the hell's happening. Oh, cool. Oh, okay. So there, I don't have my cursor, I apologize. But there's the store. I wish I could just move freely around, but it's forcing me to go dot to dot. There we go. So there was the store down there, the last stop, and then we came up. I don't remember which path we took though. Because one of the things I definitely want to do is make it to the highway, which is clearly on the other side of the park. And then there's like a spiral staircase down or something. It'd be cool to hit those arches up there too. Okay. So I'm kind of just doing my best to guesstimate. Yeah, I'm completely lost. I don't see a cave on here anywhere. All right. Wait a second. I just did a big loop. Well, okay then. I guess maybe I'm right here. I honestly don't know. But so I'm going to try to go to the leftmost path. So we're going to go left for a while, pass like an eye mountain maybe and some purple. And then continue up from there. All right, let's give that a try. Where? Oh, I completely missed that. This is not. It's a teleporting system. That's why I was. Is this the start? Is this kind of the start? But I have no clue where I just was then. I have no clue what's happening. But that's all right. That's really nice actually. So we're gonna go right here. Because there should be... Oh, do I need to click it first? Look at the location on the map. Oh, until you blink. Ah. Well, thank you for that information. Oh, there's the bridge. Oh, I want to talk to that person over there, but I got to see the bridge, man. I got to see it. Our friend back there, the artist, was telling us about how there's a bunch of cars passing underneath. Just like we did in the first episode. People on their own journey. Oh, that's so awesome. I wonder if I go back and do the drive. Oh, look, there's a train out there. Oh, it's so nice to just see, like, life going on without you directly being there. Like, the world does every day, obviously. But there's just something... There is just something about... this. Like, I've been on that train. I've been on this highway. And now I'm up here while everyone else is doing their own thing. But I feel like I'm connected to them. Like I know them. And that just... to me brings a feeling of like connectedness, you know? And there's that awesome city. I wish we got to explore that a little bit more. I don't think we really did anything in the city. I guess the closest we would get would be the airport. Ah. It's really pretty, though. Okay, so now we went down. It said there was an exit, but I think it showed another path that would get us back on the park trail, right? No sprint button, sadly. We just got to go down. Whoa, okay. Got some massive brights on down there, sir, ma'am. And... Whoa. Well, I'm not ready to leave yet. Okay, there. That must be the exit. Okay, let's head out this way. Oh, bro. Well, where do I just keep walking? Oh. Oh, good. Okay, in this situation, I can go back. All right, awesome. So, that said end journey. Is this also end journey? Oh. It is not end journey. I am in a strange place right now. Very polygonal. Can I go back? Okay. Maybe I was just tripping. I don't know if I wasn't doing it right earlier, because I could have sworn I could not walk backwards. Ooh, whoa. Okay. Hello? Do you have something for me? Can I borrow? Alright, I'm just going to keep going before I turn up like you, my boy. Let's see what this next podcast has to say.
Everything bends to the might of entropy. Everything. Our sun is certainly no exception. Even black holes fade, slowly leaching out their mass as Hawking radiation. You can find plenty of entropy all around you, too. It's in the fading echo of a bird call as it reverberates through the landscape. Organized sound waves becoming weaker, filtered, and scrambled by the space they move through. Or the flow of water during the spring melt, from ordered snowpack to mountain stream, to rushing river, and finally to the chaotic ocean, where it joins and mixes with all the water that ever has been and ever will be on this blue planet. Entropy is the penultimate journey for all things, from organized structures to diffused uniformity. It dims and disintegrates all over time. Mountains crumble. Stars go supernova.
Whoa.
Materials get scattered and become the seeds of new order, born on the winds of chaos. But with each cycle, some things are lost. It starts with the seed of the Big Bang. Perfect order, highest energy.
Oh, it's forcing me to go this way.
Matter spreads throughout the universe as entropy takes hold.
This is beautiful.
On its way to uniform emptiness. A final, hollow triumph for order. But between those moments is chaos, complexity.
Whoa, mushrooms.
And you, too. Still alive and still observing
Buddy.
exchanges of energy across the universe.
Yeah, man, that is some trippy stuff, I gotta say. Because I think I brought this up before. It's just a super heat boy sleeping. Oh my goodness. Oh. But yeah, there's something that stuck with me, and like I said, I'm pretty sure I brought this up in a previous video, but that there was just billions, at least 14 billion, you know, from our best estimates now, at least 14 billion years where you just were not present. Your consciousness was not. This is some loud gravel. Oh my god. Where your consciousness just was not present in the way it is now. At least as far as we can remember. For billions of years, at least, you were nowhere. Oh, hello. You were nowhere. So what were you doing these past 14 billion years? You know, it's a question that it's obvious. Well, I wasn't alive yet. Yeah, but what does that mean? You know what I'm like, the concept of complete not knowing, complete inexistence is so strange when you really dig into it. You know what I mean? Can you imagine now not existing? I think it's pretty hard. Because even, I don't know if, hopefully none of you have ever been like knocked out, like physically, or you stand up too fast and you black out, or you get put under for some surgery or something like that. For most of us, I would think it just feels like closing your eyes and then waking back up. But you only notice the time you've been out after you wake back up. You know what I mean? Because I vividly remember I was getting the surgery done, and I had an IV in, and the liquid went in and whatever, and I was fighting it just for fun, and I blinked. In fact, I blinked and I said, "I'm not out yet." And the doctors kind of giggled. When I blinked, I shut off. And they did the whole surgery, and I opened my eyes, and I was like, "I'm not out yet." But they'd already done the surgery. So it's just weird how that comes into play and what being not alive really means. And it's for this reason that I kind of struggle with the idea of life sometimes. Like, that just seems so improbable that 14 billion years, and then there you are, just self-aware of everything that's going on around you in your own consciousness, just from this particular combination of atoms and molecules. Rock doesn't do that. As far as we know, animals don't do that. They just operate on instinct. So what is it that's so special that just clicks, and suddenly the atoms are like, wait, what are we doing here in the first place? And so you wonder if it's all a dream. You know what I mean? Like, it's heavy and it's hard to talk about. It's one of those conversations you can pretty much only have in your own mind, because putting it into words is very difficult to really nail down what I'm trying to, the feeling that you get when you're in your thoughts like that. But enough of that. Let's talk to this person. I don't think we've ever spoken to them before. Yeah, I don't know if we spoke to them before. In all my travels, sojourns through portals to weird and wondrous worlds, I always find one constant. I can look out from whatever tiny world I'm on and see, or at least imagine, the infinite void beyond. Some people are scared of the physical realities of the void, or the existential ideas of it, and some find it sublime. Void in meaning, structure, and entropy. I feel like I am at once tossed around and buoyed by massive conceptual waves, a tiny speck afloat in a massive sea of near infinite nothing. Is this like kind of not what I was just talking about? I don't know if any of these really capture it. I don't fear the void. I don't appreciate it. I wish I could know. You know what I mean? I wish I could know. I suppose I don't resent it or feel... I'm kind of indifferent towards it in a way. Not indifferent, but in the middle. I don't appreciate it, but I don't hate it either. Indifferent like the universe itself. Though, truth be told, I have never felt the indifference of the universe. I cannot help but be invested. I'm a part of it, a participant within it. I was on Luna recently to see if someone from elsewhere could experience the overview effect, the phenomena of seeing the whole planet at once with your own eyes and suddenly sensing its fragility, as astronauts before me have reported. They come home and talk of the most urgent need to protect the Earth at all costs. It wasn't my first time observing worlds from afar, so it didn't have quite the same effect. Not that Earth isn't incredibly precious. It's humanity's only spacecraft that is up to the task. Space is terrifying. A literal vacuum, of course. And also a vacuum of meaning, answers, and community. But I love the void. The void is the ultimate test, the ultimate purpose. There is so much to explore, to see, but also so many ways to consider our small place within it. I find it meditative. I'd say it puts us in perspective. I don't think it's right to minimize problems. You know, if someone says, I lost my job, and you're like, well, in the grand scheme of the universe, your job is just a bit. Yeah, but it means a lot to the person who, is now struggling to pay rent and food and stuff. But at the same time, you wonder about the structure of the world, why we do certain things in a certain way that aren't natural necessarily, like why do we use the bathroom, why do we reproduce, why do we eat food, stuff like that. But you wonder about the systems of the society that we've created, the various societies throughout the world currently and throughout history. And you wonder, why? Why? When you take a step back and look at the big picture, you wonder why certain things are the way they are, greed has an obvious evolutionary I don't want to say benefit, but cause, I would say. It's like, oh, well, I need to have as much as I can to ensure my survival. But I don't want to go off on a whole tangent, but there is a quote I recently heard from Steve-O, I think. Was it Steve-O? Yeah, it was Steve-O from Hot Ones. And he said something like, human existence is a prank. Our only instinct is to survive, and our only guarantee is that we won't. So you wonder why people, grasp to all these things and make life harder on other people. When I look out at the void, I feel forced to consider just how vast space really is. Huge swaths of near emptiness, punctuated with the occasional rock or a furnace slowly producing all known elements in the universe. Well, there is so much wonder out there. I've been interested in space for a very long time. That wonder is one of the most precious energies in the universe. That wonder is the universe knowing itself, appreciating itself. It is a gift to you, the observer, and also a gift back to the universe. It's easy to look at that and feel lost or insignificant. But to me, it says that there will always be space for me. I know it seems like there's just so much intolerance, hate, and violence here on Earth, but I promise you that the prejudice against love is a local phenomenon and a temporary one. That is a good quote. I like that. I need to save that frame when I'm editing this. I need to hold on to that. That was a good quote. If we fight for it, yeah. I think if we fight for it, it takes a lot of effort to. It's one of those things. It does and does not take a lot of effort to be a good person. No. Like holding the door open for someone and in return saying thank you is not difficult at all. But overcoming your own fears and anxieties in regards to other people and how they behave and trusting other people is very hard, and making yourself trustworthy is very hard. So yeah. Oh, I don't know if that's necessarily what I was saying. There's only room for us all if we fight for it. Yeah, I guess that is pretty much what I was saying. There's room for us, but we have to fight for it. I think that's pretty accurate. It isn't about space, it's about strength, eh? Oh, that's not really what I meant. Well, sometimes you do have to fight. Sometimes you take space that nobody wants and make it into a community, only to have your oppressors suddenly see value. And the cycle of gentrification continues. There's so much to explore, both inside us and out. Don't hold yourself back. Whether you're just looking to explore, or you want someplace to meditate on all this, I know a good spot. A cave beneath a C-note, right here in this park. It's not on the map, though. Find the grotto and head south. A place to focus your thoughts, like the light focusing down from above. I'm pretty sure that's where we were, in that little cave. I don't know if we reached the exact spot in the cave she might be talking about, but I think that's where we were. Yeah, I've been there. Wonderful. You are already such an explorer. I hope you found it as sublime as I do. If you can find your place in the void, there is a peace there. Reject the doom and nihilism it can inspire. Find the sublime. The void is out there, but we're part of the void too. The void is out there, but we're part of the void too. It's another beautiful quote. I like this person, this character. Oh, back to the gravel road. Oh, this is like a separate area in and of itself. Interesting. Well, unless there was another path I could take back there. I don't know. There may have been. Oh, now we in the city. Oh, that's right. We went in the city on one of the train rides, too. Oh. Wish I could interact with some stuff. Oh, that's beautiful. It's a little eerie being in a city with nothing going on in it. I will say that. But it's also kind of nice, you know? Yeah, I guess in a city sense, if nothing's going on, you kind of sense something's wrong. But, oh, yes. Let's see what this last podcast has to say.
Beyond the edges of the atmosphere lies the incredible vastness of space. But that vastness is far from empty. From the beginning of time, countless neutrinos have been moving through the cosmos at nearly the speed of light. And new ones are born all the time, in the hearts of stars and nuclear reactors. Our universe is full of neutrinos. But neutrinos are nearly impossible to measure. Despite the fact that there are so many of them, they rarely interact with anything in the universe. Neutrinos stream through matter as easily as they move through the vacuum of space. About 100 billion neutrinos are passing through every square centimeter of your body right now. But you won't feel a thing, and not a single neutrino will make contact with any of your 7 billion atoms. These numbers don't really make sense to us, though. 100 billion neutrinos? Atoms numbering 7 followed by 27 zeros?
Whoa.
They can't properly communicate the sheer scale. There are plenty of mental exercises to capture the scale of a billion, but my favorite is the simple truth that it would take 100 years to merely count to a billion, and that's assuming that you can reliably say numbers like 423,786,305 within a few seconds. But those numbers are inside you. They make you. You contain unknowable complexities.
Thank you, nasal vibrating synth. I appreciate you. Whoa. Hold on. How do I... No. Bring that back. How do I... Oh, there's like a whole thing. Are these all... Okay, so these are all like... Sorry, I'm getting a little stuffy right now. So walking music and beginnings... Oh, no music. Oh, it's just the podcasts. Oh, that's awesome. Are those the only... Yes, we got 4. Okay. Oh. This game is deep, man. I love this type of stuff. So, of course, right there is the bridge that we went on. Let's talk to our buddy here. You okay, bro? The light of the moon, it is weak this night. I must gather my strength. I yearn for what fleeting light I can see before the end. There is only such small light left within me. Oh, gross. Oh, gross. You fucking dying. Oh, that's nasty, bro. Damn, come on. Are you okay? The cycle is demanding. We were one once. Peaceful. Wait, what? Where did I come up with peaceful? I have no clue where that came from. We were one once. Now plural. Organisms in harmony. No. Opposition? Soon we will be none. and then many. Parasite. Partners? Where does one end? We will all end soon enough. Will you carry us onwards? Gross, gross, gross. Are you symbiotic? All nature relies on delicate balance. We are just one small piece of that equilibrium. You speak now with the deer. I must remain balanced, conserve energy, search for the light. Can you survive in harmony? Individual survival is foregone, but our cycle exists in harmony. My essences will find new purpose. It is too late to resist the end, but perhaps I can remain. There must be balance in nature, but not all can exist in balance. What lives in balance in one place spreads out of control in another, kudzu taking over the southern forests. But that too is a lie. The spread is much slower than is feared. Can we maintain a balance between ourselves and the forces around us? Let me see. No, I wouldn't say we're defined by the forces around us. Must find balance in the ways that we can. The scales tip so precariously. You must act, it is true. But there are limits to how much we can push back. Accept your place in a larger system. We try to maintain balance. Control the forces around us and within us. Antlers. Growth akin to cancer in the bones. But we maintain control. And so cancer itself loses its power over us. Can we control? Can there ever be true balance? Ecosystems are in constant flux, ever changing. Nature does not have stasis. Everything dies, decays, new life emerges. We change, the world changes. Darkness approaches. This is scary. We have to adapt to our circumstances. We have to live as best we can. Must resist bad change. Must embrace change and growth. Must accept that death is part of the journey. All of these are good responses, I would say. We have to adapt to our circumstances, and we have to live as best we can. We must resist bad change. We must embrace change and growth. That is very important. We must embrace change and growth or risk stagnating. At my current job, my supervisor is an old man. He is a stagnant man. He cannot bring himself to come to grips with change and growth. And it is killing our team. I mean that in a literal way. Not as an ego boost, but just saying what other people have said about our team. They say that we do very good work. And yet this old man that I have as a supervisor lives in fear and treats us like we're on the verge of losing our jobs because he just can't bring himself to... Anyway, I don't need to go into that. The point is, I'm working with someone, currently under someone, who actively resists change and growth, and it is killing our team. But out of all of this, we must accept that death is part of the journey. I don't really think eternal life is achievable. You could certainly extend life, right? Let's say if we could come up with biological immortality, or if we could somehow transfer our consciousness to computers, which I think is, if you've watched Black Mirror, you can see how scary that is. But in one way or another, I think it's just got to end. At some point, something's got to happen and it's got to end. So we must accept that death is part of the journey. What do you leave behind? Seek the light. Wait for darkness. Accept change. I wish you the best, man. If you wanted me to stay here with you, I would. Okay, so let's Oh, wow. This is kind of a long episode. Let's see if there's an area that we haven't really been before. I don't think... Ooh, there's like a parking lot up there. Okay, I want to see what's up with this blue area. How about this? Oh, this is the cave. And there's that cave area. Okay, cool. We have been here before. Alright. Were these mushrooms following me the whole time? I feel like they just started after we went to that forest area. Okay, so we've been here. Let's see what this place has for us. Because there should be... Let's see, if we're facing... Where are we at? Okay, so we should be facing it. So I should turn to the right, I believe. Oh, this might be the other part of the cave. Okay. Let's head back this way. Because I want to hit some of these... more interesting areas that we can see. We've already been there. Let's hit the parking lot, and then let's go through that cave. Or not the cave, but those arches. Oh, wow. It's pretty. It's interesting how it goes from so, closed, like in a forest or in a valley between the caverns, to open like this. And where you can see all the way out into the desert and all the other cars, and just kind of in the train, and kind of just know you're not alone. That's very interesting. I like that a lot. I'm not sure which way I headed, like on the map. Oh, that's cool. Is that the airport? I wonder if that's supposed to be part of the airport over there. Whoa. Haha. There's like hedges trimmed in a certain way. Cool. Maybe it's just rocks. I don't know. Maybe trying to assign a value to it just isn't even worth it. Just appreciate it for what it is, I guess. Rocks, flowers, whatever. Yeah, that must be meant to be the airport over there. Whoa. Oh, cool. We're making our way to the arches anyway. Perfect. Ooh, and another person to talk to on the bench. I know this episode's running quite a bit longer than most of our other episodes for this game, but I feel like this game's special. I don't want to rush through this, especially with it likely being the last episode. Hi, I remember you from the train. You ever think about what comes next? Yes, I do, a lot. I'll go back. I'll go back to the convenience store. Wait, what? What do you mean, like, what comes next after life, or what comes next in the game? I want to talk some more. There are always more stories to tell, more questions to ask. We don't have the answers, but maybe we can help you find something close. But I mean, after all this life on this world, when your neurons stop firing, your heart stops beating. We all experience it. People around us dying, loved ones lost to tragedy or time, millions around the world to plague, war, famine. And death comes for us eventually too. Sometimes far too soon. It's the big question, isn't it? Is there life after death? Is there anything beyond this universe? I look up at the night sky and there's infinity beyond it. I ask her if there's anything beyond infinity. She shrugs. She doesn't know either. Well, there must be some... I don't want to say like there must be something after death. But of these options, I would like to see what she has to say about this. There must be something after death. An afterlife of some kind. It's certainly something to believe in, perhaps to hope for. Some indication that there will be more beyond this meager existence. A chance to find missing closure, perhaps. It's the unknowns we make up stories for. An endless plane of shuffling souls slowly fading into forgetfulness, paradise, or punishment. For paths taken in life. Oh, I thought my mouse over here was a period. My bad. Slowly fading to forgetfulness, paradise, or punishment for paths taken in life. Rebirth. another chance at the wheel. There are many things we've yet to discover, yet to understand, but there are answers out there. This, though, death might be the one unknown we will never truly answer, not in this life. All of these seem like they're very, stating, I know this is what happens. Our souls live on, or we will return reincarnated. But with one of these, I don't know if I'd say there's only oblivion, but maybe in a way we become one with the universe. Oblivion, but also a kind of homecoming. Our energy returning to the source. Oneness, connection to all life, to all creation. Perhaps the ultimate ascension. Maybe there truly is nothing, and this is all we have. This one life. There are no one-ups here. This one life, and then oblivion. But maybe there's wonder in that as well. Consciousness is a kind of magic, a spark that lights the universe for the briefest of times before disappearing once more, like the firing of a single synapse. Miraculous and special because it is infinite, or it is finite, rather. If this life is all we have, then it is even more our responsibility to do well with it, to create love, to create wonder, to create beauty, to create kindness. What does this one say? All that matters is what comes after this life, what happens in the future, matters in this moment. I get stuck on this one a lot, but nothing matters. And I've explained it before. I don't really want to go super hard into it now, but I would say this. All that matters is how we treat each other, how we improve each other's lives. There is no separating ourselves from the people around us. We are a community, and we succeed or fail, live and die as a community. What can you do while you're here? We are all made of stuff that burst from the heart of stars. We will all eventually be part of stars once more, even if that's the only life we have after death. It's a pretty beautiful one. I asked the night sky what she believes. She sees stars form and die, new stars born in their wake. She doesn't know what to believe. She just sees infinity, death, and new life, and death once more. No matter what you believe will happen when you die, what do you hope will happen? I would like to find peace. I would like clarity too. I would like to understand it all, that's for sure. I would say between these are definitely two. I don't really know how you could get away, how you could have reward, justice, clarity, or peace without consciousness if you're not conscious that it's happening. So I feel like this is kind of a given. I don't really want reward or justice necessarily because that becomes a very muddy topic for a lot of reasons we don't have to discuss right now. But peace and clarity. Would I want to understand it all? Would I want to find some peace after a tumultuous life? I'd want both, honestly. Can we combine, add a little "and" right here and combine these two together? I hope there's peace, and that I understand what I need to understand, and that there's just peace. There may be peace in an afterlife. There may be peace in oblivion. I wonder if we can find peace in our lifetimes, too. Maybe that's all we can hope for. Deep stuff, man. Deep stuff. Maybe we can find peace in our lifetimes. It's a complicated topic because, at least right now, humanity as a whole is just so vast, and so many people have their own ideas of so many things about what should happen and what they want to happen. This way, please. Thank you. So it would be hard to reconcile. But another important thing is that you don't have to change the whole world. You just have to add your brick to the wall in helping building a new world, a better world. And that's actually a kind of a paraphrase from Edward Snowden, actually. on his first appearance on the Joe Rogan podcast. Now, independent of what you think of Joe Rogan or anything like that, I would highly recommend all of you to go. I believe he's been there twice. Edward Snowden, yes, the guy who leaked all that information from, I believe it was the NSA, was on the Joe Rogan podcast twice at least. I would highly recommend you go hear that out, because I was a bit younger when he was all over the news, and I will just say his presentation is very eye-opening. So I'd highly recommend that. So we got the map there. We're at the top. So we are right here. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go down this path. Just going to continue straight forward and go around that little loop-de-loop and see if we can't see anything else. And then we will probably head for an exit, because there's only so much existential questioning and uncertainty and dread that I can have for one day. But actually, I suppose it doesn't have to be dread, does it? Dread is just a human response. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it will be. And I suppose the real challenge is coming to terms. I love these mushrooms that keep following me. Kind of coming to terms with knowing that your life is finite. Because that's pretty difficult, you know? And trying to actually understand what it means, especially when there's no answer. You know, we're brought up in school, at least in the U.S., with question and answer. All of the learning, or most of the learning that you do in public schools in the U.S. is just, here is the question, here's how to solve it, regurgitate that on a test. Now, on some things, factual knowledge is just, it's what there is to know. You know what I mean? I don't really know how much interpretation you can do on, like, mathematical equations, like the Pythagorean theorem, stuff like that, you know? I don't know how, there's not much room for interpretation, but I think there is a way to open it up and make it a little more inquisitive. Instead of, this is the formula, why is that the formula? How did that come to be? And questioning what's already there. I don't know. Education's a complicated topic. Man, this is a beautiful vista. We got the airport, we got the city, we got the train going by. The only thing we're missing is the highway. And it's like right over that ridge, I think. Yeah, there goes the train. Oh, man. This is a lovely game. This is one that's going to stay in my library. All right. Let's see. I think we've pretty much hit most of the high points on here. Actually, I don't know if we really walked around here. Oh, and there's an exit up there. Perfect. The parking lot. Make sure I'm going the right way. If I'm facing it, got to turn right. Believe this is it. Yeah, okay. Well, that was the way that we just went a minute ago. So let's see if I can turn left up here. Yeah. Ooh, that's pretty. Gorgeous. And there's the highway. Ah, love it so much. Well, my friends, it seems we are closing in on the end of this journey, both the walk in the park and the game. I highly recommend you check this game out, because I've done my playthrough, but as we've seen, a lot can change, and the dialogue options you get and the lessons that these other beings can teach you, or just help you, you know, converse a little bit, are really nice. And I by no means got all of them. So I would highly, well, thought something was changing. I would highly, highly recommend that you all download this game. It was not that expensive, I think. It was like a few bucks. Oh, I've made a wrong turn. I do not see the parking lot. Dang. But I would highly recommend that you all get this game because, like I said, a lot going on. You can wrestle with your own questions. Depending on where you live, maybe play it. First of all, you could play it with someone else, and that would spark a lot of interesting conversations. And also, depending on where you live, maybe play it with a little bit of help from the green or something like that. I'm not advocating any type of use, but I think what's important is that any type of drug will put you in an altered mind space. Like, it forces you into a different headspace. Now, is that good? Is it bad? I don't know. That can change. It depends heavily on who you are. But at the same time, I think it certainly has value. It's like, they say alcohol is the social lubricant. Why? Ooh, maybe this is the right way. Why? Because it forces you into a different headspace and, loosens you up, and maybe you're more willing to talk and socialize than you were before. But now, can you do too much? And can it be a bad thing? Yes, obviously, and very quickly. But if you take a lot of responsibility, if you're able to handle that, then, I think it can be a real eye-opening thing, whether it's a little bit of alcohol or a little bit of something else. Again, I'm not advocating for drug use, but if you're into that kind of stuff, then this would be an amazing game to play.
Thanks for listening to SAMHSA. This program was made possible by grant funding for the arts and through the support of listeners like you. Think back to that invisible light from the Big Bang, redshifted far beyond red. The cosmic background radiation. Ancient photons, electromagnetic refugees fleeing from the moments when the very first atoms came to be. When the universe had cooled and spread enough for there to be disparity. Where there had been oneness, now there was matter and void. Now there was separation. Now there was light, and there was darkness.
The Lady Who Tells Stories. Oh, gorgeous. Thank you for traveling with us. More journeys await. Press any key to continue.
I think I've heard this one already.
Well, that's pretty. I wish I could have classic mode. What is that? Okay, but we're just kind of checking everything, making sure we've got everything. Looks a little bit lighter outside. Let's go check on our friend in here. See what they might. Ooh. Did I? Oh, I thought the bathrooms were open and we could go in there. Hey, I'm aware that some of the conversations you may have in your journeys can be tough or bring up things you may struggle with personally. I don't ever want to pry or judge. Please let me know if I'm overstepping my bounds and I won't bring this up again. But do you need help outside of this game in this space? Stop. I think I'll be fine. I think I'm in a better spot, at least right now. That could change in the future for better or worse, but let me say, why are you asking? Because I care about you. I want you to be happy and healthy and strong. And you recently encountered someone who brought up something that many people may struggle with. So, do you need help outside of this game in this space? I'd say I'm okay. But I do appreciate you asking. Okay. Please talk to me or someone else if that changes. What a sweet lad. Well, if it isn't my favorite human, have you noticed the latest additions to the Cool Zone? Okay. Never mind. Please let me know if you change your mind. Oh, I will. Any other cool stuff down here? Yeah, I see it. I discovered the design is pretty much just on the front of the box. So I think pretty much we can skip pulling the bottles out. Yeah. Awesome. Well, this is a fantastic game. I'm kind of curious as to what classic mode is. Well, I'll let you all discover that for yourself. How about that? If you decide you want to, download this game and see what it can offer you. I mean, it's it's a unique one. I would say I'd put this game up there with Outer Wilds. You know what I mean? Not as long or as mentally challenging as like some of the puzzles and the leaps in Outer Wilds was, but still, a good time. Makes you question your place in the universe. And in the confines of a game, you get to interact with a lot of different people who are going through a lot of different things and a lot of different circumstances, and there's a lot of power to that, I think. And even if you can't do it in your day-to-day life, you can do it a little bit here, both in the game and on YouTube with me. So I really hope y'all enjoyed this journey that we took on Glitchhikers, The Spaces Between. I know I did. I just got this game thinking it'd be fun to play for a little bit, and it turns out this is bravo. Hats off to this game. So, like I said, hope y'all enjoyed it as much as I did. Let me know in the comments below what you thought. If there's anything you want to talk about, any element of the game or anything like that, you want to give a little chat, just drop it in the comments. I love responding to them and I love hearing from all of y'all. Like I said, highly recommend y'all go and buy this game and take your own journeys and see where that takes you, because I by no means have gone to every corner of this game. So, it's on Steam. It's a couple bucks. You should definitely pick it up. Thank you all very much for tuning in. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Today is Friday, which means it is the weekend time. So we're going to use it to recover, recuperate, drink lots of water as we always do, and get ready to hit next week running. It's the end of the week. What do you want me to say? I'm going to stumble over my words a little bit. And I've got a cold, so I apologize. But thank you all for tuning in. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. If you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to the channel so you know when the next video goes up, which will be on Tuesday. Remember to drink lots of water, eat lots of food, stay happy, stay healthy, have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you all on Tuesday. Bye-bye, everybody.